Welcome to Southern Creators Channel. My name is Alan. Today's episode is going to be a good one. We are getting into the lighting, admittedly the most difficult portion of this build project, but one that I am looking forward to getting into. I'm ready to see how these lights look. So let's go try it out. All right, starting off here with some more narrow, maybe a little taller than that one, some more narrow pillars to go in here to scatter around. Ideally we need 7 or 8. I am running low on these trans red pieces, so we might get 1 or 2 more, but I think we're getting close to having enough. Okay, we've got this structure done. Just need to cap it off here on top. I always like finding ways to have dents and chunks missing out of these things. So let's get started on this top here. Here we go. I think that's capped off rather nice. I've got Jabba judgingly watching me as I get this portion done. All right, let's try to make one more. All right, got one last pillar here with the translucent red bricks in it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm probably done with these. I think we have enough. Let's see, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about what I wanted. I said I wanted 8 or 9. And so here we are. I think now what we're going to do is switch over to the landscape. See, everything else, we're going to have probably more pillars and stuff that don't have any of the translucent red pieces in them, but we can just build those into the landscape as we go. We had to kind of pre-make these before the rest, so we knew kind of where things were going to go. But now that we've got that done, we're going to start forming the landscape in here. Have my shoebox bucket of my gray, dark bluish gray slopes, so we can go ahead and get started on that. Yes, one more thing that I meant to mention that is arguably the most complex part of this build is going to be stringing this lighting through these pillars. So I don't spend money on the I know there's people out there that use the Light My Bricks and all that. I'm sure they're fantastic. I spend all my money on pieces and parts, and I never have any left over for things like those extra accessories. So I've got a string of El Cheapo Christmas lights. Let's turn this off here. You can see how this will work just fine. So there's Christmas lights. Got a couple, 3 or 4 bulbs in there. And obviously we won't leave these things are very mild in temperature, but we won't leave them on for terribly long as we do this. But there is what this will look like. And now what we will need to do is string all these in, around, and under all this stuff. Put these various artifacts and pillars on top. And then we will build our terrain over and around all this to accommodate. So that is, like I said, going to be the trickiest part of this whole build. So the first thing I'm going to do is lodge this plug right in there, put that in there, and now we've got that secure. And we'll start right here by tucking a few lights into this, and then we'll run it up through this hollow structure, back into that one, and so on and so forth until we're done. Hopefully this strand of lights is long enough to accomplish that. I think we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I am sitting here with the executive director himself, Casanova the Lego Cat. And I have got a couple of these set now where they should go. Got the wire underneath here. Let's turn it on and have a look and see so far where we're at. If I can do that one-handed here. There. And you can see so far what we have, admittedly the camera here is picking up a little too much of the brightness, but you can see what we're going for here. This will be nice. All right, so onwards to the rest of these. All right, got one more in there. It's a little one back there. You notice this is also one of the reasons why I wanted this whole thing raised, just so I could lay the string of lights underneath, so it could make it look natural here. All right, next. All right, here's one of the main pillars here. Now let's get this one done. Okay, got a couple more done. We are almost finished. I just need to do this big one. Just goes there, and then that one somewhere right around here, and then I will be finished with the lighting portion of this. And there's the last big one, which means we have one left. Let's get to it. And we are done. That looked like about a minute or two to you. Reality was this has been several hours of work to get all this done right. But I'm glad that this portion is done. I believe this is actually the hardest part of the build over with. So everything else is downhill from here. Okay, now just a few little things to patch up here. And I think we'll be done for today. We'll put that there. All right. So there we are. Now we can begin to look at our terrain. We've got all the hard stuff done, like I said, and now we just need to form the terrain around these mini pillars here. That'll be a bit of a challenge, but not so difficult as building the pillars and lighting them. So once we get the terrain done around all these things, then we can move on to unlit pillars and big rock work and things like that. I really want to have this feel like somewhat of a secluded area here, you know, surrounded by rock and pillars. So that's where we're at so far. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you're enjoying it so far. More things to come. Have a good one.